Red-lipped batfish, the fish that forgot how to swim. Meet the red-lipped batfish, nature's weirdest runway model. Found around the Galapagos Islands, this fish looks like it's wearing bright red lipstick. But those lips aren't for looks, they help attract mates. Even stranger, this fish can't swim well. Instead, it walks on the ocean floor using its fins like little legs. And if that's not odd enough, it has a built-in fishing rod on its head, a small lure it wiggles to trick prey. It's basically part fish, part fashion icon, and part deep-sea alien. Sea pig, the squishy vacuum cleaner of the deep sea. A strange, pink, squishy creature that lives nearly 4 miles below the ocean's surface. Despite the name, it's not a pig at all, it's a type of sea cucumber that walks on tiny tube-like legs across the seafloor. These weirdos act like the ocean's vacuum cleaners, sucking up bits of dead plants and animals from the mud. And here's the wild part, when danger comes, they can release a toxic chemical to keep predators away, so yeah. It might look like a jelly bean with legs, but the sea pig is one of the deep sea's most important cleanup crews. Lowland streaked tenrec, the spiky squeaky hedgehog of Madagascar. It's covered in bright yellow and black spikes that it can rattle together to make sounds. Yes, it actually uses its quills to communicate. Scientists call this stridulation, and it's something usually found in insects, not mammals. And those spikes aren't just for show, they can break off and stab predators like tiny needles. So, this little guy might be small, but it's armed, noisy, and totally unique to Madagascar's wild world. Pink fairy armadillo, the tiny pink digging machine. Meet the pink fairy armadillo, the smallest and rarest armadillo in the world. It's only about 4 inches long and looks like a mix between a hamster and a seashell. This little creature lives underground in Argentina, where it swims through sand using its powerful claws, just like a mole. Its pink armor isn't just cute, it helps control its body temperature. And because it's super shy, scientists almost never see it in the wild. It's adorable, mysterious, and one of nature's tiniest hidden treasures. Blue dragon, the tiny sea slug that steals venom. A real-life ocean Pokémon, this tiny sea slug floats upside down on the ocean's surface, showing off its shiny blue and silver body that looks straight out of a fantasy movie. But don't be fooled by its beauty, the blue dragon steals venom from deadly jellyfish like the Portuguese man-o'-war and uses it for its own defense. That means this little creature can deliver a sting more painful than the jellyfish it eats. It's small, stunning, and seriously savage, the true dragon of the sea. North American horned lizard, the lizard that shoots blood from its eyes. This little desert reptile looks like a mini dragon, but its defense trick is straight out of a horror movie. When threatened, the North American horned lizard can shoot jets of blood from its eyes up to 5 feet to scare off predators. It also changes color to blend in with sand and rocks, and it can puff up its body to look bigger. Despite its tough looks, it mainly eats ants, hundreds of them every day. So yeah, small, spiky, and literally armed with blood-blasting eyes. Nature's got some wild humor. Fossaire, Madagascar's top predator. A mysterious predator from Madagascar that looks like a mix between a cat, a dog, and a mongoose. It's the island's largest carnivore, hunting lemurs, birds, and other small animals with incredible agility. Fossaires can climb trees headfirst and leap between branches, making them stealthy hunters both on the ground and in the canopy. With its sleek body, sharp claws, and cunning hunting skills, the fossaire is the ultimate apex predator of Madagascar's forests. Leafy sea dragon, the ocean's master of disguise. The leafy sea dragon, one of the most magical-looking creatures in the sea. Found along the southern coast of Australia, this fish looks exactly like floating seaweed, thanks to its leafy fins that help it disappear into the kelp. It's related to seahorses, but unlike them, the leafy sea dragon doesn't use its fins to swim fast, it drifts slowly, like a plant brought to life. And get this, the male carries the eggs until they hatch. With its mythical look and graceful movement, the leafy sea dragon is proof that nature's camouflage game is on another level. Panda ant, the fuzzy killer insect. Meet the panda ant, it looks adorable with black and white fur like a tiny panda, but don't be fooled. This ant is actually a type of wingless wasp, and the females have a painful sting that can immobilize prey instantly. Found in Chile and Argentina, it uses its fuzzy, panda-like body as camouflage while hunting small insects. Dragon-head caterpillar, the tiny monster in disguise. Meet the dragon-head caterpillar, a caterpillar that looks like a miniature dragon's head found in parts of Southeast Asia. Its spiky, horned appearance scares off predators, making it one of nature's best disguises. When threatened, it can rear up its head to look even more intimidating, convincing birds and lizards to think twice. Despite its fierce look, it's harmless to humans. Hairy frogfish, the fuzzy ambush predator. A bizarre-looking fish covered in hair-like filaments that help it blend perfectly with coral and sponges. Despite its fuzzy appearance, it's a deadly hunter. It uses a built-in fishing lure on its head to attract unsuspecting prey right into its huge mouth. Even stranger, if threatened, it can walk along the sea floor using its fins like little legs. The hairy frogfish is proof that in the ocean, camouflage can be both cute and deadly at the same time. Long-eared jerboa, the desert's cutest kangaroo mouse. A tiny night-hopping creature that looks like it came straight out of a cartoon. It has huge ears, bigger than its entire head, which help it stay cool in the blazing deserts of Mongolia and China. This adorable animal hops on long kangaroo-like legs, leaping over 10 times its body length to escape predators. And get this, it's so rare and fast that scientists barely ever see it in the wild. With bat ears, bunny legs, and mouse vibes, the long-eared jerboa might just be the most unexpectedly cute creature on Earth. Striped pajama squid, the ocean's tiny assassin in cute pajamas. Don't be fooled by its adorable looks. The striped pajama squid is one of the ocean's most dangerous little hunters. It gets its name from the black and white stripes on its body, which make it look like it's wearing pajamas. But here's the twist: this cute squid is venomous. It injects poison into its prey, something very rare for squids. By day, it buries itself in the sand to hide, and at night, it comes out to hunt crabs and shrimp. So yeah, it may look ready for bed, but it's actually ready to kill. Slender loris, the tiny nighttime ninja. A small tree-dwelling primate with huge round eyes that make it look like a tiny wide-eyed cartoon. These nocturnal animals live in India and Sri Lanka and are expert hunters, moving silently through the trees to catch insects. Despite their delicate size, they have a venomous bite, which is very rare among mammals. With their slow, careful movements and super-sensitive eyes, slender lorises are the ultimate stealthy creatures of the night. Japanese spider crab, the ocean's giant spider. Meet the Japanese spider crab, the largest crab on Earth, with legs that can stretch over 12 feet wide. It looks like something from a horror movie, but it's actually a gentle giant that spends its life crawling along the seafloor of Japan. Despite its scary spider-like appearance, it mostly eats dead animals, making it the ocean's ultimate cleaner. And get this, it can live for over 100 years. So yeah, the Japanese spider crab is living proof that the deep sea is both terrifying and amazing. Glass frog, the frog you can see through. A tiny rainforest frog with a transparent belly that lets you see its beating heart and internal organs. These nocturnal frogs live in Central and South America, usually on leaves overhanging streams. Their see-through bodies help them stay hidden from predators while they hunt insects at night. With its delicate green color and see-through skin, the glass frog is like a living window into nature. Indian gharial, the crocodile with a snorkel nose. Meet the Indian gharial, a river-dwelling crocodile with a long thin snout that looks like a built-in fish-catching tool. This endangered reptile lives in India and Nepal and specializes in hunting fish. Its slender jaws make it super fast and precise underwater. Male gharials have a bulb-like growth at the tip of their snout, called a gara, which they use to make bubbling sounds to attract females. With its unique shape and ancient lineage, the Indian gharial is a perfect example of evolution's quirky designs. Honduran white bat, the ghostly tiny acrobat. A tiny bat covered in pure white fur that makes it look like a little flying ghost. It lives in Central America and hides under large green leaves, using the leaf as an umbrella during the day. Despite its delicate appearance, it's an excellent flyer and mainly feeds on fruit, helping spread seeds in the rainforest. With its snowy coat and leaf-hiding skills, The Honduran white bat is one of nature's most charming and mysterious little creatures. Mata mata, the turtle that looks like a leaf. A freshwater turtle from South America that looks more like a piece of bark or a dead leaf than an animal. Its wide triangular head and rough textured shell help it blend perfectly into riverbeds and swampy waters. Even weirder, it hunts by sucking prey straight into its mouth in a split second, using its snorkel-like nose. Slow, camouflaged, and downright alien-looking, the mata mata proves that evolution loves creativity. Colugo, the gliding flying lemur. A nocturnal mammal from Southeast Asia that glides between trees like a tiny, furry superhero. Despite the nickname flying lemur, it doesn't actually fly and isn't a lemur, it just glides up to 70 meters using a large membrane stretched across its body. It spends most of its life in the treetops, feeding on leaves, flowers, and fruit, and comes down to the ground only rarely. With its wide gliding membrane and stealthy night moves, the colugo is one of the forest's most mysterious and amazing acrobats. Satanic leaf-tailed gecko, the master of disguise. A tiny lizard from Madagascar that looks exactly like a dead leaf, its tail, body shape, and coloration let it disappear completely into the forest floor, fooling predators and prey alike. Even its eyes have camouflage patterns to avoid detection, making it one of the ultimate stealth creatures. Creepy, fascinating, and nearly invisible, this gecko proves that nature's camouflage game is next level. Gerenuk, the long-necked twig-eating antelope. A slender antelope from East Africa with a neck so long it can stand on its hind legs to reach leaves other herbivores can't. Its name literally means giraffe-necked, and this unique adaptation helps it survive in dry, bushy habitats. Gerenuks can go for long periods without water, getting most of their moisture from the plants they eat. With its elegant posture and long reach, the gerenuk is nature's ultimate high-level browser. Spanish dancer, the ocean's twirling beauty. A colorful sea slug that dances through the water with its flowing, ruffled edges. Its bright red, orange, or purple body is not just beautiful, it warns predators that it's toxic. When threatened, it swims gracefully by undulating its body, looking like a flamenco dancer performing underwater. Small, elegant, and deadly, the Spanish dancer proves that in the ocean, even the tiniest creatures can steal the show. Mexican mole lizard, the worm-like burrower. A bizarre creature that looks more like a worm than a lizard. Native to Mexico, it spends almost its entire life underground, burrowing through sand with its strong, shovel-like head. Despite having tiny, almost invisible legs, it's a fast and efficient predator, feeding on insects and larvae. Okapi, the forest's hidden giraffe. A rare and mysterious animal from the rainforests of Central Africa. Although it has stripes like a zebra, it's actually the closest living relative of the giraffe. Its long, flexible tongue can reach leaves and buds deep in the forest, and it uses its keen sense of smell to navigate dense foliage. Elusive, graceful, and uniquely patterned, the okapi is one of the most secretive and fascinating creatures on Earth. Proboscis monkey, the monkey with the big nose. A unique primate from the mangroves of Borneo, famous for its enormous comical nose. The bigger the nose, the more attractive the male is to females, and it even amplifies their calls across the forest. These monkeys are excellent swimmers, using their webbed feet to cross rivers in search of food. With their funny noses, long tails, and agile skills, proboscis monkeys are one of the most unforgettable primates in the world. Hagfish, the slime monster of the deep. One of the ocean's slimiest survivors, this eel-like creature doesn't have eyes, jaws, or even bones. But it does have a superpower, slime. When threatened, it shoots out buckets of sticky goo that can clog a shark's gills and drive predators away. It also eats by crawling inside dead animals and devouring them from the inside out. It might look like something from a horror movie, but the hagfish has been around for over 300 million years, proving that being gross can definitely pay off. Bat-eared fox, the big-eared bug hunter of Africa. This adorable little fox may look cute, but its giant ears are serious survival gear. They work like natural satellite dishes, letting it hear insects crawling under the ground. Instead of hunting big prey, it munches on termites and beetles, sometimes thousands in a single night. Its tiny teeth are perfect for fast snacking, and those oversized ears even help keep it cool in the hot savanna. The bat-eared fox might seem cartoonish, but its super hearing and insect-eating skills make it one of nature's most specialized survivors. Venezuelan poodle moth, the fuzzy mystery of the rainforest. This bizarre little moth looks like something straight out of a fantasy movie. Round, fluffy, and covered in dense white fuzz like a tiny cotton creature. Its big dark eyes and feathery antennae only add to its odd charm. Discovered in 2009, it's still a mystery, since scientists know very little about it. What we do know, with its poodle-like fluff and alien-like features, this moth might be one of the strangest and cutest insects ever spotted. Liger, the giant of the big cat world. This enormous feline is what happens when a male lion and a female tiger team up, and the result is the biggest cat on Earth. Ligers can grow longer and heavier than either parent, with faint stripes, a hint of a manner, and an appetite to match their size. They love swimming like tigers and socializing like lions, making them a quirky combo of both. You won't find them in the wild, but this gentle giant proves that nature's hybrids can be just as fascinating as their famous parents. Dumbo octopus, the deep-sea cutie of the abyss. This tiny octopus lives so deep in the ocean that sunlight never reaches it, but it doesn't mind, it just flaps its ear-like fins and floats around like a swimming plush toy. Instead of ink or tentacle battles, the Dumbo octopus uses gentle gliding to avoid trouble. It swallows its food whole, drifting above the seafloor and snapping up anything tasty that passes by. It may look like a cartoon come to life, but this deep-sea darling is tough enough to survive crushing pressures miles below the surface. Jaguarundi, the low-slung shadow of the forest. This sleek wild cat doesn't roar or spot up like its jaguar cousins, instead it slips through brush like a stretched-out shadow with tiny ears and a long, weasel-like body. The jaguarundi is a master of staying unseen, darting after birds, rodents, and anything small enough to catch. It can chirp, whistle, and even purr to communicate, sounding more like a bird than a cat. It might not look fierce, but its speed, stealth, and strange calls make it one of the most unusual felines roaming the Americas. Kakapo, the chubby flightless night parrot of New Zealand. This moss-green parrot can't fly, but it makes up for it with charm and personality. The kakapo waddles through the forest like a fluffy feathered potato, using its powerful legs to climb trees and its owl-like face to sniff out food at night. Males boom loud, echoing calls that can travel miles, hoping to impress a mate. Once abundant, it's now one of the world's rarest birds, but thanks to dedicated conservation, this quirky nocturnal giant is fighting its way back. Maned wolf, the long-legged fox that isn't a fox. This tall ginger-colored predator looks like a fox on stilts, but it's actually its own unique species. Its super long legs help it see over tall South American grasslands as it hunts rodents, birds, and even fruit. When it's excited or threatened, the dark manner along its neck stands straight up like a raised alarm. And despite its fierce look, the maned wolf is famous for its high-pitched bark howls that echo across the savanna. Strange, elegant, and totally original, it's one of the wild's most unusual canines.